What's good? What's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, coming to you via the YouTube airways. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. And today, man, we got one of them shows, man, that is kind of going to piss you off. But when you come across the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you'll know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And if you're new to the channel and this is your first time coming across the platform, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it out, and post a comment. I see everybody in the comment section. Hashtag salute. And you know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. But let's get right off into this, man. Now, there's been a developing story in the NBA involving the Josh Giddy situation. And it seems like mainstream media does not want to touch on it because they don't have all the facts and all the particulars together so they can elaborate on what's going on. Now we know the NBA is investigating this. And also, there's reports out there that the person involved with Josh Giddy, they're not cooperating with the authorities. Now, I said that to say this because mainstream media will not touch on it. They gave a statement, but they won't give their own personal views. Now, Malika Andrews has been trending, and everybody's been asking to hear from Malika Andrews. She's one of the ESPN personnel that's been with ESPN since 2019, 2018. And when situations come up involving breaking stories with athletes and coaches, she'd be the first one to come out and give her personal opinions and address the situation. So everybody's been calling for Malika Andrews to address the situation. Now, people been going at Malika Andrews so bad on social media that Stephen A. Smith, one of her colleagues, has came to her defense. And he's made a statement, but he hasn't really said nothing about the Josh Giddy situation. Produced a show the other day stating that Stephen A. Smith was coming to her defense, basically saying she's not allowed to say nothing because potentially being sued. That's why he hasn't made a statement. That's why he hasn't put his little personal spin on it. Now, y'all know Malika Andrews was on ESPN Countdown the other day, and she read a statement from ESPN. But the show I produced the other day, Stephen A. Smith went as far as saying, if the bosses don't want us to talk about it, we can't talk about it. But Stephen A., ain't you the guy that makes the decision on the topics that y'all speak about on ESPN First Take and ESPN? So what I'm saying is now there is a breaking story developing in the NFL centered around all-pro linebacker, Super Bowl champion from the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams, and Von Miller. Now, a statement came out that there was a warrant issued for his arrest for assault charges. So what happened? We don't have all the particulars. We don't have all the parties involved. It's just statements saying something about him and his baby mother. And now on ESPN First Take, they did a whole segment talking about Von Miller. But you haven't addressed the Josh Giddy situation on your platform, Stephen A. Smith. You went on your podcast and made notion of the situation, and you know the situation is going on, but you won't speak on it. You won't say nothing. You won't come out and say the words like dealing with an underage minor, you shouldn't be doing that. You haven't said no statements like that. But today on First Take, The Vaughn Miller situation, you said your little spiel, but then you went on to say, first things first, don't put your hand on a woman. This is going to be bad for Vaughn Miller. So you gave your intel on it. You spoke something on it. And it's like a blatant foul, a flagrant foul on your part to address the situation with Vaughn Miller, but stand pat on the Josh Giddy situation. So, guys, I want y'all to take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith said on First Take this morning. Take a listen.
First things first. We don't know all the facts. We heard this report. Obviously, an arrest warrant being issued is a very, very serious matter. Without knowing anything, let's just make sure we make this general statement that everybody at this table will agree with. Keep your hands off women. Do not put your hands on women if you are a man, period. Let's get that out the way. Having said all of that, on a separate issue, there's something going on in the NBA with Josh Giddy. Mm-hmm. And what I've said and what numerous others have said is we don't know all the facts. So if we have to take that position with him, with allegations of dealing with a minor, and we want to sit up there and say, wait until we have all the facts, same thing to Vaughn Miller. But it does not look good for him to be in this situation. There is nothing good about this for him, nor the Bills, nor society as a whole with all the nonsense that we're having to deal with in this day and age. Do not put your hands on a woman.
Nor
That's all I have to say.
Pregnant girlfriend or the future child.
Wow. Now, let me tell you what Stephen A. Smith did there. Once he came out with his little statement, he should have left it at that. He did not have to elaborate, talking about don't put your hands on women. In that sense, when he made that statement, don't put your hands on women, we all 100% agree with that. We know that. But you did not have to elaborate on that. You should have left it at, we don't have all the facts. We don't have all the particulars, the same way that you don't have with the Josh Giddy situation. That's why you refrained from speaking on that on ESPN. On your show on First Take, y'all never addressed the Josh Giddy situation. But you went to your podcast, to your YouTube podcast, and you spoke about it, but you did not elaborate on it. That is a blatant, flagrant foul on Stephen A. Smith's part. And you wonder why social media and ex-athletes always are coming for these people because of the things like this that they're getting away with. You should have left it at that. You should have said no further comment until you got all the particulars, until you got a full investigation, then make your assumptions. But for y'all guys to set up there on ESPN First Take and do a whole segment on Vaughn Miller and what y'all thought about it, it is some hypocritical things that need to stop. And that's why the likes of Des Bryant and all these other people, Corey Holcomb, Kwame Brown, and all are coming for you guys because of the fact that y'all do hypocritical things. You can't have it both ways. Now, it's a trend. It's a trend. Not trying to make this a black and white thing, but it goes to show when it's involving a black athlete or a coach, y'all are quick to rush to judgment and pop off at the mouth without knowing all the particulars. Stephen A. Smith, you try to castrate Kevin Porter Jr. when he went through his situation without knowing all the facts. Y'all set up on your show with the Joe Mazzulla and the Ime Udoka situation and the Brandon Miller situation and try to castrate them guys. Josh Giddy, we ain't heard nothing because y'all are feared of being sued. That's a crock of baloney. You got to keep the same energy, the same way that these people are telling you guys. But what y'all are doing now, that is so hypocritical, man. Y'all not even giving Von Miller the justice because of what the report is. But there was a report on Josh Giddy. Y'all never spoke about it. Come on, guys. You can't have it both ways, man. Stephen A. Smith, that's a blatant flagrant foul. That's a flagrant foul. So you guys let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Let's give this video a thumbs up. Let's get this video out there. Share it to a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sapp. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.